Hey guys, Jayson Master here, and welcome to, I guess, a reactions video? I don't know. I really haven't, I really don't know what to really call these are just, okay, these are just my reactions to the Nintendo Switch event, which happened last night on the time of this recording. I don't know if this is gonna come out on Friday or Saturday, but anywho, first off, I've got to say, it was actually pretty good. For most people, it was half and half, and I can kind of see where they're going, but a lot of the stuff in this direct were actually pretty cool. Even after seeing them first or a second time, like I'll talk about those when I get to them. But so about the actual event, they started off with a price and a release date, which both are actually surprising in different ways. So the launch price, or price in general, is going to be $300, which is a little more than what people expected, but I can certainly deal with that kind of I can deal with that kind of price. I mean, it's not really all that expensive, especially compared to the Wii U, which was like $350 when it came out. I don't remember, but yeah, it was really bad. But 300, not too bad. 250 would have been better, but with all that they showed about the actual console itself, I can actually see that. It's not really a huge deal. And the release date is actually March 3rd, which is earlier than what other people expected. I've heard stuff about 17th or the 24th or even the 31st. I've seen one. I remember that said something about the 31st, but no, the 3rd. The 3rd is going to be the release date for the Switch, and that kind of confuses me a bit because I don't know if I'll be able to actually purchase it on day one if because of that. Sorry about that. But yeah, I don't know how I really feel about that, but early, I guess that's pretty good. I think it would have been a better idea if they had it mid-March, like on the 17th, but March 3rd isn't a bad time either, so really looking forward to it. And they showed the actual console. They showed those tiny Joy-Con controllers, which, holy crap, those are tiny. Those are really small. I don't know if I'll ever really use them on their own because my hands are actually kind of big. But yeah, they're really small. I don't really know how I feel about the what is that called? The controller you snap the Joy-Cons to. I can't remember what it's called, but I don't know if I really want to use that or I get a Pro controller. But the Pro controller is going to be like $70, and that's going to be ridiculous. But yeah, I don't. And they also showed off some neon controllers, which look really nice. I think I might get this, but I might also get really disoriented for a while. And if that really does happen, I would probably go for the normal grayish kind of Switch. So I don't know. I don't know what I really wanted to do with that. So let's get to the games though. The first game they showed off was 1-2 Switch, which is basically the Wii Sports Nintendo Land kind of game, which I really like Nintendo Land. Wii Sports wasn't entirely big. I did enjoy like tennis and bowling and all that, but it looks like what you would expect. It's your launch title for the casual crowd, I guess, and that's perfectly fine. I really don't care for it. And the next game's almost kind of similar, which is called Arms. I think they could have done better with the title, but it looks like a much more advanced Punch-Out, I guess. It's just a boxing match with people with extended arms, which kind of feels a lot like Splatoon in terms of art style and just how goofy it is. But I don't really know how to entirely feel about it. It looks fun, but more like the 20-minute, 30 minutes then I'm good kind of fun. But speaking of Splatoon, they actually showed off a sequel, which is kind of surprising. The 2 years after the original, they're releasing the sequel, and it's kind of strange because that's kind of a small leap to go into a sequel. Which then again, they've done it with a lot of other shooters like Call of Duty, and I think they did it with Portal. I think they did it with Portal 1 and 2, and Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. I don't know. Oh, if that's entirely true. I'm just trying to think of examples that I really don't know are actually good examples, but it's kind of strange, but I'm really looking forward to it. It all looks so really, really good. I really love the specials they showed off too, like the cloud and the jetpack, and yeah, the entire game just looks amazing, and it looks like the story and the hub world are going to be a lot bigger too. So that's always a plus. And if Splatoon 2 wasn't the biggest announcement for me, Super Mario Odyssey definitely was. And it's basically your Super Mario 64 or Super Mario Sunshine, where it's really open, but it just looks really... I can't... I'm going to say all of these are really fun. Well, most of them. But Super Mario Odyssey just looks so fun, so colorful, and so imaginative. I think that is probably the biggest reveal that they showed in the actual presentation. And just in looking at Bowser just makes it all just amazing. But the one thing I really don't like about Super Mario Odyssey is in one of the levels where it's in this kind of Brooklyn, New York kind of thing, and the humans kind of look so similar to Sonic Adventure or Sonic 06. Well, more Sonic Adventure, I guess. But really, that just the entire reveal kind of maybe it feel a little more. Made me feel like this entire thing was just based on Sonic the Hedgehog. Like I even saw that it's like a roll kind of attack and thought, oh, that's Spin Dash. But I don't know. It's a Mario game that feels so Sonic, and it's kind of strange to see Mario feeling like Sonic when it's always been the other way around. So yeah, that's just Super Mario Odyssey just looks fun in general. I'm really looking forward to this holiday when it comes out. Xenoblade 2, this one was really strange. Apparently, we're just going to skip over Xenoblade X, I guess. I'm really looking forward to it. I really like the Xeno Saga. I haven't played the Xenoblade games yet, and I really need to get Xenoblade 3D sometime soon, but Xenoblade 2 looks good. I hear a lot of people saying it's going to come out this year. I don't know if that's true, though, but because X came out like 2 years ago. Not even then. And it's like a little over a year, so I don't know if it really is going to come out this year or holiday or anything like that. But whenever it comes out, I'll give it a look. I need to play the first game first, but yeah, it looks pretty good. And Fire Emblem Warriors, they announced a little teaser of it, and I'm actually really excited for it. I didn't mind Hyrule Warriors, but I guess that was more, I'm not really a huge fan of Zelda, so I didn't really get too much interest out of it, but I'm a really big fan of Fire Emblem, so this game really does look like it's going to be a really great time for me. And they did show a little bit of the third party. They showed Sega first, which they didn't really show off anything. I'm going to assume they are talking about the new Shin Megami Tensei that's been teased. They're obviously gonna do Sonic Mania, which was also revealed for the Switch after the event, or probably it was probably before the event, but around the event they did announce that, and obviously they're doing 2017, so that's all. That's all fine and good. EA showed off FIFA, which I'm not really a sports game fan. In fact, sports is kind of my least favorite genre of everything. But that's a good sign though. EA was kind of absent for most of the Wii and completely absent for the Wii U. So having EA on board makes things makes a lot more sense. And then Suda51 came out and actually, I don't know if they announced or teased No More Heroes 3, but they definitely said they're making a new No More Heroes. And I really like the second game, and I'm really looking forward to it. And then Bethesda came around. They finally announced Skyrim, which we all knew it was coming. But for some odd reason, they thought, no, we haven't said anything yet, but it was already in the trailer, so why are you hiding it? But yeah, that's coming out, and so I'm probably not going to play it. I'm not really a big fan of Elder Scrolls, but for the people that haven't tried it out, that don't have it on PC or PlayStation 4 or anything like that, I think it's a good thing. And then they finally ended it off with Zelda Breath of the Wild, which can I get away with saying I'm not really too fond of this? Like I said, I'm not huge on Zelda, and Breath of the Wild hasn't really interested me yet. And I really want to get excited for it because it looks so good. The story looks so amazing, and it just seems way too Zelda. And it's another open world game I'm not entirely fond of. So I have mixed feelings with the new Zelda. I might get it on release, but that all just depends. But speaking of release, this is one of the very few launch games that they actually released. That and 1-2 Switch are the only ones we know are going to be on March 3rd, which that's actually kind of a little disappointing. There could be even more coming out, but then again, the Nintendo 64 only had 2 launch titles, and I think that's the exact same thing they did with the Super Nintendo 2, so they probably won't have too many, but there are a lot of games that are going in launch window, like Splatoon 2 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I need to talk about that for a moment. That wasn't revealed during the actual presentation. They showed only a little bit, but after the presentation ended, Nintendo released the trailer for that game, and holy crap, does it look amazing. I really liked Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, but they're putting in so much new stuff. They have a brand new battle mode, which is so reminiscent to the Super Nintendo battle mode, which is probably my favorite out of the entire series. And they also brought back the Feather and Boo power-ups from that game too, so I was kind of squealing like a schoolgirl when I saw that. It was fantastic. And the Splatoon characters are coming out with a new map too, and that looks pretty cool too. They also had some new characters like King Boo, Dry Bones, and Bowser Jr., but no Diddy Kong, surprisingly. I really want Diddy Kong to come back. I really liked using him in Double Dash and all that, so whenever they can. And there was a question mark on the release when they showed the actual character roster. There was a question mark on the roster screen, and that's either a new Nintendo character or another, or maybe that's the Mii. I didn't see the Mii on there, but I don't know. I just hope Diddy Kong comes in. I really liked using him in the earlier games, but if he doesn't, that's perfectly fine. And other games they showed off, Puyo Puyo Tetris, that actually looks interesting. It's a combination of the two. It's a competitive game where you can play Puyo Puyo, Tetris, or both, and compete with other people that are playing either Puyo Puyo, Tetris, or both. But so it really looks like a fun game. I like both Puyo Puyo and Tetris, is from what I played. So, I'm a little excited for it. And just saying before I say this, I had a lot of franchises that I really wanted to see. I wanted to see Metroid. I wanted to see Kid Icarus. I wanted to see Star Fox, and I wanted to see Pikmin. And there was another series that I thought was never going to happen. Apparently, that was the only series that actually did happen. Super Bomberman R, which sounds so bizarre because Konami has the rights to Bomberman, and we all know how Konami is, and it's just so surprising that they're actually trying to get fans interested in it again, which again is so surreal because Konami is kind of the bane of the gaming industry. So I'm at least glad that they're trying. And I'm really glad that this is another March title. So it's really great to see a lot of these launch window games coming out. A lot of them also being franchises that a lot of people are really excited about. So really good on that. Like I said, Sonic Mania is coming out. 2017 is going to be holiday. Rayman Legends Definitive Edition's coming out sometime. I didn't see when that's going to come out. And apparently a new version of Street Fighter 2, which I don't know how to feel about that. We already have Street Fighter 3, 4, and 5 that came out like a couple of years ago, I think. Or maybe it was last year. No, it was last year. Or never mind. But yeah, that just sounds so weird having a Street Fighter 2 type of game coming out. And again, it's just so weird to see that kind of happen. But it's good for people that actually like Street Fighter 2. I've never played it. Don't really plan on playing it. So yeah, that's all fine and good for those who really enjoyed it. And then they released a few other videos which are actually pretty cute. I'm not going to talk about them because they're not really all that interesting. Just go to the Nintendo site if you really want to see them. They're really nice. So that's basically how the entire presentation worked. Most of the stuff was good. Not too fond of 1-2 Switch, and I still don't know how to feel about Zelda Breath of the Wild. But overall, it looks like the Switch is going to have a fantastic first year, and I'm probably going to get it either day one or launch window. Depends on when I can actually get the damn thing. So, let me know in the comments of what you think. Did you think the presentation was good? Did you think there could have been a little more? But any of that, and any more we see, we will be. I guess I will talk about them when we figure out any more details on later games. But I'm definitely gonna review some of these. Is when they come out. So thank you all for watching or listening. I will see you guys next week for a new review. Also, 8 Switch local multiplayer, 2 controllers for each Switch, 16 player multiplayer. The chaos will ensue.